From industry news to mobile technology, leaks, and rumors, we cover tomorrow's tech news today. eSIM Tech News.
All right, what's going on? Hope everybody had a good day, good afternoon. My name is Taylor Bell. This is eSIMstudios. Appreciate you joining me and us today. I got some big news. Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event was just announced, and what do you know? I got it as my background. So this was the, I guess you can't really see it if you're watching widescreen. You should be able to see it if you're watching on the vertical stream, but I'm going to run that as my background. What the hell, right? So we have Samsung Galaxy Unpacked. Not only do we have Unpacked, leaks are coming in like crazy. We got the S26, I guess, and S26 Plus in all black model. If you want to take a look at that, we'll show you what it looks like. And then we have complete finalized specs for all three models: S26, S26 Plus, S26 Ultra. Finalized specs. This is what you are going to get. Now, let's roll right into it. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll go through some specs. It's not going to be a long episode. I got to get out of here in about 30 minutes. I said that last time and I went way over, but I got a hard out today, meaning I got to get out of here in a few minutes. But we can still hit the news. So Samsung Galaxy Unpacked, if I can get my angles right. There we go. Actually, let's do this. Perfect. Samsung confirms Galaxy Unpacked plans for... you know what? I wonder if they invited me. I have not even checked my email. I'll do that after the show. I doubt I can go anyways, but I got invited... I got invited to the Google Pixel... What was it? I got invited to the Google Pixel launch event for the Pixel for the last two. Now, I couldn't go last year because the launch it fell on my birthday and I already had plans. And then I couldn't go the year before because they sent the invite like literally a week before the event. And I had plans. So, jeez. So I don't even know. Who knows? I doubt they did because... I don't know. I've said this is really not an eventful. This is not an eventful launch. We know what we're getting. It's basically a refresh, right? I mean, I'm a little excited. I'm always excited. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is gonna be my daily driver, right? It always. I wouldn't say it always is, but probably last year I used a good portion of the Pixel 9 Pro XL as my daily driver. But when the Pixel 10 Pro was launched, the 10 series, I got that. But I still kept it as my secondary device. And when the S25 Ultra was launched, that's been my daily driver for essentially the whole year. So I'm not going to lie to you. This S26, even though I'm kind of shitting on it, it's going to be my daily driver, right? It just is. So it is what it is. Look, Samsung's typically, especially the Ultra model, typically the flagship Android, meaning like when you think of the very best Android device, typically it's the Ultra that falls in that spot, right? Of course, there's Pixel, but I think I got about 6 more charges to go before I hit the 200 charging cycle. The clock's ticking, and you're gonna wanna, I'll probably do a live stream roast, and then I'll make a video of it. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around, and I'll let you know when the 200 charging cycles comes and they cut all the charging in half. It'll be a roast for the ages. I'm gonna blast Google, but that's for another day. But I haven't checked my email. I doubt I can go anyways. It's probably gonna be in San Francisco. I checked airfare earlier today, and it is freaking expensive. I think it's in San Francisco. I don't know. San Jose, whatever. Anyways, let's get into the S26 Ultra because it is officially official, right? And just to let you know, I've got case companies reaching out. I responded to like 3 or 4 emails today in regards to case companies saying, hey, we want to send you cases. Yesterday I responded to 2. Sunday I responded to a couple. So we're going to be case central for the S26 Ultra. I'm going to have tons of cases for that. You know, that's the thing that sucks about using this Motorola Signature. I got it as my primary device. If you're a case person, there's just not a lot of options. I know everybody's different, right? Look, I got one case, so it's like, well, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, I just need one case, I don't care, and that's fine, right? Everybody's different. I get that. Me, I love different cases. I love, not to the point where I'm like color matching with my outfit. I'm not a girl, right? But I mean, like a case for the house, a case for the car. I'm a little extreme, but I love accessories, so. We're going to have a ton of case reviews for the S26 Ultra. Let me shut up. Let's get into the device, right? So S26 is confirmed. The Unpacked event planned for the very last week of February. And they released this, my background video. They released this video on their Samsung YouTube page. Kind of like letting you know, hey, it's official, which we knew it was, right? The event will take place Wednesday, February 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, on February 25th, come to the eSIMstudios YouTube channel. We're going to cover everything, right? We're going to be Samsung Central when it comes to this launch, just like every previous year, right? We're going to take a look at trade-in deals, which we're going to get into later. We're going to get into what they offer for free, which we're going to get into later. Colors, which we're going to get into later. So come over here, subscribe to the channel. If you're thinking about getting it, subscribe. If you are getting it, definitely subscribe. And if you're not getting it, still subscribe, because I cover iPhone, Motorola now, OnePlus. Would like to say nothing, but we cover everything, right? So it looks like I might cover it live too. I might not. I don't know. I might just order it really quick once it goes live, and once the product goes live, and then I'll go live on YouTube just to review everything. I like to get my order in ASAP so I can move forward. But regardless, come to the eSIMstudios YouTube channel. We're going to cover all this. So you're going to get the device, and it looks like they're going to launch Galaxy Buds 4 and 4 Pro alongside the S26 family. You are anticipated to get new watches, new wearables in July, meaning, I guess, what would it be? The Watch 9 series alongside the Z Flip 8 and Z Fold 8. So we still have a little ways to go for the watches, but we're definitely getting new earbuds. I'm getting the earbuds. I am a Galaxy Buds lover. Use them every day. I even use them with my Motorola phone. I use Galaxy Buds with my OnePlus phone. I use them for everything. I just love those, and I don't use anything else. So let's move into the colors, right? Let's move into the colors. So I guess it's not really, we already know what the colors are going to be. I guess the only 2 colors we don't know are the Samsung exclusive colors. So all the carriers are going to get a white. All the carriers are going to get a blue. Excuse me. All the carriers are going to get a white, a black, a very light blue, and a purple. And there's 2 more colors that we don't know. Samsung always hides until launch day or pre-order day, and then they'll basically present us with 2 colors you can only get on Samsung's website that you cannot get at AT&T, you cannot get at T-Mobile. Those are the ones I typically go for. I just like the exclusivity. Now, rumored we're going to get orange, iPhone orange. I hope that's not the case. Big question is, if they do release an orange, are you going to get it? I know I'm not, just because I don't want to. I despise Samsung copying Apple, and I don't want to, give them any more sales in regards to that avenue, meaning copying Apple, right? I hope the other exclusive color, if one is orange, I just hope the other color is not girly, because then I'm not going to get a girly color, right? Like, I'm definitely not getting purple. Probably white, maybe blue, maybe black. Shit, I don't know. What's going on, everybody? Wanted to say hi to everybody. What's going on? Appreciate you joining me today. What's going on, brother? Shenicer Momentum 4. I think I've seen Flossie Carter review those. Those are the real expensive ones, right? Never used those before. Every application you open, CM linking your information, data, and more. What's going on? What is this? On your moto? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I meant to upload a video yesterday. I meant to upload a video today. I'm actually developing a new application, and I modified my just Jamaica application. So I've been hammering out work on the back end of my apps. I actually implemented Google Gemini, pretty cool, into my Jamaica app, and I'm developing another app that's going to have some AI develop into it, and I'm doing it all on my own. I don't reach out for any help, so I'm learning all this on my own. But I've been super busy making this new app, and it's been taking a lot of my time. But I am going to get more videos out. I know I'm going to put a video out, picture quality. I got a ton of pictures. I don't just want to like step out into my backyard and just take a few shots and then, you know, post that online, because it's kind of like, really. So I have night shots compiled over the last few days. I have day shots compiled over the last few days. I have vertical shots, horizontal shots. I got you. I'm gonna probably I guarantee you tomorrow I'm gonna upload videos on the Motorola flagship. Yes, looking forward to the camera comparison between the S26 and the Motorola Signature. I am too. If it were not for the carriers US, this phone would be a flop. Maybe. I know a large majority upgrade through the carriers. I would only go for the free phone. And we're going to get into that here in a second, right? So I'm excited for this, but I have some reservations that we're going to discuss. So let's get into... here's your black color. Whoop-de-freaking-do, right? You've seen one black phone. You've seen them all. Let's get into the specs. Because I want to get through the Samsung stuff, because there's brand new malware out here that's really bad. And I want to discuss that just to make sure everybody's aware of it and what not to do, so you don't get your phone infected with this new malware, right? I got about 15 minutes left, so let's roll through this. Let's see. Massive S26 series spec leak leaves nothing to the imagination. Side note, tomorrow, do any of y'all have Facebook? Tomorrow, I think I'm not only going to stream on YouTube, I think I'm going to stream on Facebook. Let me know if that interests you. Just a random question. A massive leak has revealed the full specs of this new S26 series, right? And then I also have interesting stuff coming up this time next year, so for the S27 series. But let's jump into these specs. So here's what you're getting. The display. S26, you're getting a 6.3 inch dynamic AMOLED 2X 2340 by 1080 pixels, 120 hertz Corning Gorilla Glass Armor 2. So this will basically be 1080p plus display resolution. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I can't tell the difference, right? I know I should be able to, and you might see a difference, and that's fine. I'm not saying, you're full of it. I'm just telling you, me personally, I can't tell the difference. Sometimes I'll bump my phone resolution down to 1080p plus just to get a little better battery life, right? It's going to be a fantastic display. This is going to be a badass display. Trust me. S26 Plus, you're getting a 6.7 inch dynamic AMOLED 2X 3120 by 1440p, 120 hertz Corning Gorilla Glass Armor 2. This will be LTPO 2.0 basically, which they did not put on here. And for the big boy, the S26 Ultra, 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X, 3120 by 1440 pixels, 120 hertz Corning Gorilla Glass Armor 2. Operating system, you're getting not the beta. And by the way, the S25 Ultra just got the beta update yesterday, the final beta update, beta 4. And again, I can't tell the difference. Like, should I make a video? No. But whatever. So you're getting One UI 8.5 stable build on all of these. Processor, S26 and S26 Plus, you're getting the Exynos 2600. And for the Ultra, you're getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 80 Legion 5 globally. One thing we still don't know on the S26 and S26 Plus is the markets, is the region. We do know that the Snapdragon 80 Legion 5 is going to be placed very strategically in different markets. We do know here in America, I take that back. So we don't know what markets are getting Exynos 2600. But we do know the Ultra model is getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 80 Elite globally. So stay tuned to the channel as soon as we find out, and we might not up until, getting closer to launch day, right? Then we can target what markets are getting what processors. But if you just want to get the Ultra, just like me, right? Actually, you know what? Earlier today, I was like, I'm definitely getting the Ultra. Then I was thinking, you know what? I really, really want to try this Exynos CPU. I might see if I can get a free one somehow through a carrier, or just to try it out. If the United States gets an Exynos variant, kind of want to try it out, even if I just return it after a week or two. I want to see what it's all about, right? I heard a lot of good stuff about this. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned to the channel, and I'll let everybody know, because I'm just as interested as anybody out here in regards to that. Now, going into the RAM, S26 and S26 Plus, 12 gigs of RAM. The S26 Ultra is getting 12 gigs of RAM with the 256 model, 12 gigs of RAM with the 512 model, and 16 gigs with 1 terabyte. Now, this year, I think I'm eyeing the 1 terabyte model. I've never purchased a 1 terabyte model, just never have. Too freaking expensive. But this year, I ran out of storage on my 512 gig S25 Ultra. I'm having to, every month or two, I'm having to go back and delete stuff, which not a big deal, but I want that 16 gigs of RAM, right? Why are you teasing me? But here in just a minute, I'm going to tell you why that might not be the smartest thing to do, at least for your pockets, right? Let's jump into storage. Base 256 gigs, and you're getting up to 512 for the base and the plus. And then, as we mentioned earlier, the Ultra, you can get 256, 512, or 1 terabyte. Now, here are the camera specs. Rear cameras, essentially a refresh, right? What you're getting with the Ultra is, and I haven't got confirmation on the smaller ones, but I know on the Ultra, you're basically getting a refresher. You are getting a brand new 10 megapixel telephoto sensor. This one right here. Wait, is that under the Ultra? No, that's under the 26 Plus. So for the Ultra, where is it? 250 here. The 10 megapixel telephoto. This is the 3x optical zoom. That's the new sensor, right? But they are allowing a little bigger and or a wider aperture on these sensors on the back. So they are the completely same sensors they've had for the past few years. They're just opening up the aperture a little bit, which allows in a little more light when you take that shutter. When you take that photo, right? So you should theoretically get a little better night photos. You should theoretically get a little better light coming in when you're taking videos at night or in low light situations. But not much to say here, right? If you used an S23, 24, 25, probably expect similar photo quality with, again, a little better night picture quality, So it is what it is. Fine cameras, refresh, got them all right here. Not much to talk about, right? Functions, so panorama, portrait, you got all of the HDR10 plus, stereo sound, 1080p, 30, 60, 120, 240 frames per second, 4K, 8K, all the same crap. So like I said, it's kind of a refresh, right? We don't need to focus too much on this. It's essentially a refresh. Sensors, same. Satellite, same. I think you are supposed to get satellite messaging and service, but as I mentioned before, I'm not in the desert or in a mountain or flying to the moon, so I don't care. Dual SIM. S26 and S26 Plus. Here's something interesting. S26 and S26 Plus, you get a nano SIM slot and an eSIM slot. Now for the S26 Ultra, you got you have a dual SIM, or is it a tri-SIM? So you might have two physical SIM slots on the front and the back of the SIM tray with an added eSIM slot. So interesting to see how that goes. I may take advantage of that. I have a couple of phones, SIMs, but I like to have two separate phones, right? Anyways, so we'll see. It's not that big of a deal. But one thing I am surprised about is Bluetooth 5.4, right? Because this Motorola Signature has Bluetooth 6.0. The OnePlus 15, Bluetooth 6.0. So look, it's not that big of a deal, but why would they put 5.4 when Bluetooth 6 is out? Probably cost reasons, I'm assuming, right? I don't know. Battery size. Doesn't look like we're getting an increase in the battery. So 26, you're getting a 4,300 milliamp per hour battery with 25 watt fast charging. Really? S26 Plus, you're getting a 4,900 milliamp per hour battery with 45 watt fast charging. And the S26 Ultra 5,000 milliamp per hour battery with 60 watt wired fast charging. Now, remember, don't let all these other YouTubers and or Samsung lead you on. It only equates to a 3% faster charging in the real world speeds. 3% faster. So don't let those numbers fool you. It may look like a charging upgrade on paper. It's not. It's just not. And here are the dimensions. Basically the same. It is a little thinner. 7.9 millimeters on the Ultra. I think this year's is an 8.2 millimeter. So we'll be a little thinner. Check out the weight. We'll be a little a little lighter. You are getting the colors here. White, blue, black, violet. No Samsung exclusives. But look at this. Base price. Now these are in euros converted to US dollars. S26, 1189. S26 Plus, 1511. S26 Ultra, 1749. Whoa, what the hell? I think those numbers will, I know those numbers will come down for the US consumers, but that is expensive. Holy crap. Now, let's get into upgrade stuff because I got to roll. Let's get into upgrades. So here's the thing with Samsung, and here's what they're going to do. We went over it last week. A lot of these specs relatively the same as last year because Samsung does not want to increase the price, at least for the United States customers, right? They in the world, but specifically the US, one of their biggest markets, if not the biggest, and when it comes to sales. So they couldn't really upgrade the components, right? Another way to offset them losing money and or making a profit is on the back end, meaning when customers upgrade on their website. So Samsung has always had the best deals when it comes to trading in your device. They do the double your storage for free, and you'll get half off, or a lot of the times almost, you'll like, I think last year you get like almost a watch for free, or you only got to pay like $30 for a $250 watch, or 80% off of earbuds. This year they're throwing in a free 60 watt charger. Again, don't let that fool you. It's only 3% faster charging in the real world, so it's like you're making a big deal about throwing in a free charger when it should be free anyways, right? And get this, here's what sucks. To save Samsung money, they're not going to do double your storage when you pre-order. So if you're gonna get if you just want to get your, see, that's what was cool about Samsung in the past. You could order the 256, the base model, when they come out, and they'll bump you up to the 512 gigs of storage, like this, right? I paid 256, but I get 512. This year they're not doing that. So if you want a 512, you're gonna have to be shelling out. Let's see if they're keeping the same price. Let's see here. Let's just say it's 1,300. Or $12.99, I guess, to be exact. Plus, what was it? An extra 100 or 150? Damn. So the 512 is essentially going to be $14.49. So the 512 is going to be $14.50, and then the 1 terabyte is going to be $1,600. So that sucks. And another thing that sucks, they're not going to give you as much on your trade-in. Holy shit. So if you have an S25 Ultra, I think last year, if you had an S24 Ultra and you were trading in, they would give you, what was it, 600? Maybe you in the comments, did any of y'all trade in last year? Do you remember how much they were offering for the previous year's flagship? I think it was 600. So you would pay. In years before that, it was even more. It was, I remember some years 900, right? So if you had a $1,300 phone and they were offering you 900 for last year's flagship, essentially $400, and you're good to go. I think this year, shit, I'm not sure, but I do know they're gonna offer less on trade-ins. Was it 700? I knew it was something like that. I always buy multiples. That's why I can never hammer out the final number. So it's probably going to be a little less, and you're not going to get double your storage. And they're going to give you a whoop-de-doo, a free charger when it should be free in the first place. S23 Ultra 512. Yeah, I remember. Was that the green one, the forest green, or was that the S22? Yeah, that was the 22 Ultra, I believe, the forest green. I think that, yeah, 700. Okay, so it's probably going to be less. That's what I was saying. It's probably going to be like 600 this year, which means if you want to upgrade, it's going to be, you have to trade in your device and shell out, I don't know, $700, which is, golly, whatever. I'm totaling everything up in my head. I'm like, and I'm going to buy 2. So I'm like trying to double everything. I'm like, oh God. You have the dark green S23 Ultra? Yes, I had that same one. And there was a mint green too, right? So we had 2. I had a mint green, or there was whatever. So some kind of green. I know it sucks because they didn't do much of an upgrade, but for them to keep the price the same and give us like a little bit of upgrades, they were able to give us, I'd say that's fair. Look, for the consumer side, for you and I, it sucks. For Samsung, I get it. Their hands are they're sitting on their hands. Like, it comes down to money. It comes down to business, right? They're not trying to raise the prices on us. So they're like, there's always a trade-off. It's one or the other. It's like, hey, if you want to pay $1,800 for this phone, sure, we can upgrade everything, but their sales are going to drop off, right? So it is what it is. Look, this S25 Ultra, it's a great phone. I've been using it almost every day for the last year. Now, my battery life sucks, but I think that's due to the beta program. But hey, it's a good phone. And like I said, I'm going to use the S26 Ultra as my daily driver. So, I mean, I guess I'm being a little picky, but I just want to make sure everybody's aware, kind of. I don't want you to make all these big plans and they get blindsided on launch day when you're like, well, hold up, why? So, whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. But I gotta get out of here. Let me. We gotta hit on this. I was gonna get into the beta patch, whatever. Later. I want to get into, and I'll get into the Exynos 2700 on a later date. It's not that important. What's important is to make sure you don't get got on a malware. So there's this new spyware, and it can essentially have full control of your device. It can listen to you whenever it wants. It can peek on you while you're taking a shower with your phone in the shower. It has full control. It can log your PIN codes when you log into your banking apps. It can see what your passcode is. Everything. It has access to your clipboard. So if you copy and paste crypto addresses, it can change. You're sending $100 of Bitcoin to somebody, and they can reroute it to them. So here's why it's important to have updated devices, monthly updates, and it's why it's very important you don't download APKs outside of the Play Store. I know it's tempting. Trust me, even I get tempted when I'm trying to watch these boxing matches for free, and I see these IPTV advertisements, and it looks friggin' awesome, and I contact them, and I'm like, yo, how can I sign up? And they're like, oh yeah, no, it's not. It's $15 a month, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, all you got to do, I'm going to send you this app. Just download this app. And I'm like, well, what's the app on the Play Store? And he's like, no, don't worry about it. I'm going to send it to you. And I said, all right, well, just send me the link so I can look at the application, right? I'm interested. And he's like, no, I'll send it to you. And I said, how about this? How about you send me the app first? And if I like it, then I'll send you the money and we can proceed. So he sends me this link for this janky download, this APK download from some janky personal Gmail address. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm not going to download this, right? That's why. Because that's how this spyware is getting around. It's getting around. It's going around on Telegram. They're distributing it somehow through an IPTV app where you can watch boxing for free, right? Maybe. I didn't go through with it, and this is why. That's how it's getting around. Now, there's this new spyware. It's called Zero Day Rat. Some of these developers come up with the weirdest freaking names. It's 0 day, meaning like a zero click attack, meaning you don't have to click anything. Once you install the app and you give it permissions, it has full access. This toolkit is being distributed through Telegram, allowing deep access to targeted devices without technical knowledge required, right? So iVerify, which we'll get to in a second, came out with this new report letting us all know what this 0 day rat threat is all about. So it's being sold to different hackers on Telegram, and it gives them a wide variety of sensitive information on your device. It can infect any Android device and iPhone. They seem to focus on Android in this, but it can be infected in iOS 26, even the latest iOS. So it's not just Android, right? Now, what it does comprises, it's a malicious APK and or iPhone application, right, that provides deep insight into the data on your device. It gives these bad actors a dashboard that provides access to your device information, including your model, operating system, phone numbers, SIM information. It can, where it shows your, check this out. It allows bad actors to target location. It knows where you're at all times. View all your sensitive account information registered on your device. It can read all your messages, including the two-factor codes. This kit allows attackers in real time to access your camera, your microphone, even a live stream view of what you're doing at any given time on your screen. They can see your screen or look through your camera. Very, very bad. So be careful of where you install your apps. So I only install applications outside of the Play Store. I probably shouldn't do that, but I have a device I don't have any sensitive information on that I use to do that for, like testing stuff. I don't have my banking app on there. I don't have any personal stuff on there. The only time I download an application outside of the Play Store is just for a test. It's APK Mirror. Now, they have their own rigorous checklist that they go through. When developers upload an app, they scan through it and everything. But technically, you probably still shouldn't do that either. Just stick to the app stores. Although there's one app I use every single day that's not on there, on the app store. And let's see, to check, and I've mentioned this on a previous live stream. This application right here, iVerify, this will let you know if your device is infected with anything. iVerify is on the Google Play Store. iVerify is on the Apple App Store. Download it, maybe $1, I think, maybe free. I can't remember. I remember paying $1 for the premium version, but they may have a free version. I can't remember. iVerify. This is how you spell it. Download this. It's on the app stores. It will let you know. It'll scan your device and let you know if any one of these malicious attacks or if your phone is infected with anything. I keep it on all my devices, and I run it once a month just to check. But please be careful where you download your APKs. I know it's tempting. I know it's tempting. Trust me, I just got the other day. And they're always slick about it, right? They're always like, don't worry, you know, this, and that. And I'm like, oh, man. So, you've been warned. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I'm trying to keep everybody safe and make sure you don't make the same mistake that a lot of people do. And I get it. I get it. Sometimes you're in a hurry. Sometimes you're like, screw it. You know, download an APK, install it, give it a careful permissions. But a lot of these are very dangerous, and that's why Google was hard-nosed on on putting an end to the side loading. Now they've kind of eased back off of that. But this is why, because they don't want you to get got. Now, it takes away from the whole Android experience, but I think we will be able to. It's going to be a little, you know, maybe have to jump through an extra little hoop or two to sideload stuff. But like I mentioned, I don't sideload stuff that much anymore. I got to get out of here. I have, let's see, non-app stores. I have non-app store apps. I have two non-app store apps. And then I have apps that I'm developing well, I guess I have more than two, because I got APKs that I install on my phone and test out and stuff. But just be careful. Be very, very careful. Last thing you want to do is not only lose all your money, but they're watching you while you take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little weird. But I think a lot of these things, 9 out of 10 of these things, can be easily avoided. Just be careful what you're doing. If you got any questions, if you're unsure of something, email me, hit me up. I put my contact information down below. I know a few of y'all have subscribed. There's a group chat on Facebook now, Facebook Messenger, the eSIMstudios group chat. Go sign up for that and say, hey, does this app look good to you or suspicious, or what do you think? And I'll give you my honest opinion, right? So ask me, and I'll run it through the iVerify app and see. Well, I guess you have to install it to scan it through the iVerify, but you know what I mean, right? Ask about it, and we'll both look into it and see. Download the old version of Nova Launcher, and there was I heard that was bad. I haven't used Nova in years. I think Android Authority YouTube channel put out a video maybe a month ago of how bad that is now, and how the developers, it's gone through like 2 or 3 different sales, and the new developers kind of jacked it up, and the original developer left because there was a bunch of mess in the office. Yeah. Discord went, I was going to talk about that. I've never liked Discord, ever. It's too much. Like, I know a lot of people use it. It's too much. It's too much to learn for just a messaging app, right? I actually like Telegram a lot, like the most out of all of them. It just sucks because it's full of scammers and it's full of this type of stuff, right? But if you mind your own business and you only talk to people that you know, right? Telegram's great. I hate Discord. I hate Discord with a passion. Yeah, so screw Discord. They want your picture ID now. every user. Well, that's going to kill the application. Is Samsung device care check threats? Is the Samsung device care? You mean, does it? It does. But I think they're getting notified of what to look for a lot later down the line. Like the iVerify, that's all they do is scan. Like they just broke the news of this. So, I mean, I do use Samsung, talking about the application, right, for threats and stuff. It should, but I think iVerify catches it faster, quite honestly. You want the freedom to do what you want, when you want. Don't need Google making a decision for me. I know, me too. I think they're scaling back on the whole no side loading thing. I think you will still be, and I'll look into that some more. I think you will still be able to. You just have to maybe jump through an extra hoop or two. Of course, they're claiming they're trying to look out for you, but that's like the whole reason why I went to Android in the first place years ago, is because you can sideload stuff and do all sorts of cool stuff on your phone. I used to root phones, flash phones. I used to build ROMs, kernels, all sorts of stuff back in the day. That's why I never go to iPhone. iPhone blows. iOS blows. Yeah, I don't like iPhone. So it is what it is. I'm Android for life. So I got to roll. I'm late. Tomorrow I'll upload some Motorola signature stuff. And why am I looking around? There's something else I was going to do tomorrow. It'll hit me in the middle of the night, but stay tuned, and we'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate the time. I have a OnePlus 15 case. Probably do a giveaway tomorrow. Anybody want that? Feel free. OnePlus 15, Rinky. So I'll see. If you want it, hit me up, eSIMstudios@gmail.com, or if I don't get any responses, I'll just give it away on tomorrow's live stream. How about that? Oh, I also started a Reddit thread for Motorola Signature. I went on the Reddit this weekend to see if there was any information on Motorola Signature. There were no threads. I was like, well, I'll just start a thread. So I'll put a link. I think I put a post out, a community post on YouTube a couple days ago that has the link, and I'll start including that in my description box down below. So there's that. You saw that? Sweet. I know it may not be the most popular phone. I'm sure not a lot of people. I'm sure more people buy the OnePlus 15 than the Motorola Signature, but and I'm not sure how long I'll be. I'm not going to be in the thread every day. I was in the OnePlus 15 thread almost every day, but whatever. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I got to go. Peace.